downstairs, the people upstairs, they make such a noise you would think they were bears. The way that they gnaw, the timber that they swallow, it's no wonder that so many gum trees are hollow. When trees drip with silver and thorn scrub lies dim, when the magpie is singing the earliest hymn. At dawn with the thunder of beasts on the hoof, they gallop for fun on the galvanised roof. And although we can send them no bills for repair, we cannot get rid of the possums upstairs. So, well, here we are at the vegetable garden, and the owls are meant to stop the possums from eating the vegetables. Seems to be successful. The vegetables haven't been eaten for quite a while. Because if we turn around and look up here at the decking, every night there's a whole clatter of possums every single night as they run around there, and then you hear this whole staircase ring as they run down here. They're very funny, they're very cute. At the moment we have ringtail possums. In the past we've had bushy-tailed, which are much noisier because they make a really guttural sound. A few years ago I was lying in bed at night, I was woken up by the sound of possums. I thought, gee, that sounds close, they sound like they're in the room, and in actual fact there was a possum in the room. It had come in through the downstairs fireplace, up the stairs, into my bedroom, and when I turned the light on, I don't know which one of us was more surprised or absolutely petrified when we saw each other. I had to chase him around the room, open up the sliding door. Even then he climbed the curtains, even though I'd given him a way out, but eventually he came out. Yes. There's been the odd dead possum in the backyard because Whizzer, our dog, was quite a good possum catcher. Yeah.
Excuse the mess, I've always got my coats there.
Yeah.
I was just sitting here reading and come on through. They get on the roof, and where the barbecue is outside, it slopes like that, and they slide down, they use it as a slide.
Gotcha. Oh, really?
Yeah, and they go in the, they eat all my, isn't it ridiculous? I'm having a senior's moment. This, the tree there, it always has a fruit on it, and it eats, and what it does, they eat the grapefruit, only the skins, and, and the same with the lemons. I don't know about next door.
They just eat the skin?
Yeah, do they do that with Margaret? Just leave the lemon.
You think if anything they would
what else have I got to tell you about? I've had foxes here.
Yeah.
I think I've taken the fox down. Peter went and took a photo of it. I don't know where it is now. Have all these things stuck. Oh, there it is there. There's the fox on the patio out there.
Oh, right.
And I'm sorry, I didn't realise you'd lost your puppy.
That's okay.
There's ours under the stairs in the little box. We had her cremated. There's her bowl, and that's her toy box.
Oh, no.
We've left it there because that was where she used to have a bed, underneath there.
Why do you think they just ate the skin?
I have no idea. None at all.
Perhaps the fruit was too sour.
Don't know, but I know other people tell me that. But the grapefruit are not doing any good at all this year.
What time do they normally ripen?
They should be ripe by now. And they should be big. They're always big and full of juice.
Excellent.
But like everything else.
So, this looks different to how it looked a few weeks ago. So, up until a few weeks ago, there was branches from that willow tree were overhanging my house, and you can see there's the remnant of a branch just there. So those branches were hanging right over the fence
onto my roof, and basically that's where the possums were living. So they were living up there, and yeah, so
Were they nice and quiet neighbours, the possums?
not at night they weren't.
No?
They sure weren't. So what they would do is that they would often jump onto my roof, scamper over the roof, wake me up. It started really getting quiet. Like a couple of nights I was sitting there watching TV, and it's just like there's this wild party happening in my roof. So after about a couple of weeks, I did a couple of home remedies. So I googled and I found out that possums aren't big on ammonia. So I thought, okay, I'm just going to tackle this by myself. So out here, what I did was, this is a crazy stupid remedy that did not work. I got some mothballs and I hung them on those plants over there. So I think a few of them, there's probably still mothballs hanging. I think if I looked through there, there'd be mothballs. So I thought, oh, they're coming over the fence. And so I thought, oh, that'll get rid of them. Didn't get rid of them. And told me that he'd established that the mother was quite a lot bigger than the father. So she hadn't managed to get back in, but the father was only small. So he basically had managed to squeeze in, left mum and the baby behind, and was back in the nest, which I thought was pretty funny. And so then it was a matter of getting rid of Dad. It was really loud, so the scampering on the roof was fine, but when they were actually within the roof and in the walls in particular, there would be these very distinctive squealing and hissing noises, and I must admit I found those quite disturbing. I didn't hear those frequently, and it sounded a little bit like a baby in distress, and that's what I didn't like. I thought, no, this is not good.
Our neighbours called us over, and turns out there was a baby possum nesting in the top of their curtain, and like the mother wasn't around or anything, and we didn't know what to do with it, so I offered to take care of it, and it couldn't have been more than like 6 weeks old, because it could barely climb or anything. We had to syringe feed it.
And like it sort of became like a local legend at your school, so I was told.
Yeah.
Would you care to elaborate on why?
Just everyone wanted to see the possum because it was like maybe the size of my hand, and it would run up and down your shoulder and stuff. It was just adorable, and everyone wanted to meet it. It was still like an animal. It just had endless amounts of energy. And after the first week, it learned how to crawl up like my bed, so I couldn't even put him on the floor for a break because he'd just climb up. And like I saw they kind of got like even without the mother, I saw it kind of like grow up, and he's like it could climb stuff at first, but it had to be like it could only climb like a blanket or a piece of clothing or something, but by the end of it could climb pretty much anything that wasn't just like a flat wall.
On that, do you have any stories of it climbing up?
One time it climbed up my back all the way up my shoulder, and then proceeded to nest in my hair, which, since I was going to bed at 9 a.m. every morning and waking up at 5, my hair was a mess, and I kind of had to hop in the shower to kind of like drown it out a little bit, and I felt awful the whole time. Like I didn't just like pressure it out. I just kind of had to like slowly wet my hair until they eventually decided to climb out.
Do you think you sort of imprinted on it as the mother figure?
Yes. Oh, I thought of another story. One time we had this. I was going to a party, and we had this little like enclosure thing for it that like we'd put it in during the night if it was just being too much. It had like a oven mitten that it could sleep in, a thing for water, just food, like towels and stuff, so it could sleep in. And I was going to a party, so my brother agreed to take care of it. So 3 hours later, after I'm gone, they decide to check it, and it wasn't in there. And they freaked out, searched the entire house, found it was sleeping in my bed where I slept.